Send help. I regret everything. Everyone. I don't want myself. I don't want nothing right now. So obviously, having gone to something like Decorex, feeling a little bit inspired, you know. So over the next couple of weeks, I think I might do a little bit renovating here and there, you know, just change up some things, you know, use some of that inspiration that I got from there, just to make minor little changes, you know, on the walls, the floors. Here in the kitchen and the bathroom, we've got tiles on the floor, but in the other two rooms there's carpets. I'm gonna rip out the carpets, I'm gonna rip up these floors and essentially build the rooms up from the bottom. Most of the work I'm gonna be doing myself. Others where I need help, I'll get a couple of contractors. And over and above that, I think, yeah, just will be a nice fun little series. For this particular series of projects, I'm starting at the bottom.
A few moments later.
So obviously I was a bit overzealous and didn't completely think this one through. So 5 seconds into this, I realized no, I need the proper tools. So that's what I'm going to get
Tomorrow.
So it was kind of silly of me to think that I could do this job with this. So I went back and then I found the right tools. Tool number one, heavy machinery. Yeah, you know, don't, as the saying goes, don't bring a knife to a gunfight. It's one of those situations. And two, where this little thing fails, this should do the trick. So let's get it. You know, I just realized that I almost made a very, very big mistake in not showing you what the current sort of place looks like, in terms of what the lounge looks like, what the kitchen and everything, so that you can do an accurate before and after. So let's do that. This is much faster. Now, when I started, one of the things I didn't know is what do I actually need for tile removal. And initially I thought I was just gonna free wheelie it with a hammer. See how that turned out. A hammer can get it done. A chisel and a hammer can get it done. But it just makes a difference whether you want the project finished in 1 day or 1 year. Hey, when was the last time you saw bubble wrap? As I was taking out the tiles, I added another challenge for myself while taking out the tiles, where I tried to see how many I could take out without breaking. And we will see at the end. I'll have a tile counter there. But essentially, the whole idea was I shouldn't necessarily be throwing it away. I may not want them anymore, but someone else can use them. So from an environmentally friendly recycling perspective, I tried my utmost best. So part of the reason you see me wrapping everything is because from here on, there's going to be a lot of dust and stuff and dirty hands. So I'm trying to protect as much stuff to avoid having to do post cleanup after. One of the interesting things when you've been living at a place for so long is you don't really realize how much stuff you accumulate until you actually have to move everything out of each and every room. Then it's when you actually realize that, hey, you've got a lot of stuff. And especially now especially stuff that you can't chuck in cupboards, stuff that you have to like wrap so that it's not filled with dust. These are the stuff that make you realize, I have quite a few things. So this is the project version of the ground is lava. So essentially, as much as possible, anything that touches the ground either needs to go or be readjusted so I can work. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I think at this point, my neighbors were tired of me because I actually started in the morning and it was just the whole day. And they're probably thinking, yes, what is this guy doing? I think right about this time, I started realizing that I'm going to have a lot of rubble. Let's say I severely underestimated how much tiles I was actually taking on because it's like, yeah, no, they'll fit in a plastic or two. But as it was piling up, it was very interesting to see that no. We're going to have to start thinking properly about one moment. You're going to have to start thinking properly about how you're actually removing the rubble because I was realizing that, yeah, it's becoming a lot. And it was actually quite something I was looking forward to seeing how much rubble is there at the end. So, turns out that this can get a bit loud. So, over and above the air protection, I'm gonna put on some stuff. It's cool. What I will say as well is that I did think that this was going to be very easy, 2-hour job, done. Was I not seeing flames? Hey. But yeah, after suffering for some time, I think I was getting into a kind of rhythm and, flow state, like section by section, section clean package, section clean rubble, do something, and I was like, you know what, it's starting to come together. They say, motivational speech, blah blah, but what that goes. If you want to take the island, burn the boats. I think this is what burning the boats feels like. Point of no return. Actually reached the point of no return a long time ago, Mara. Now it's like no choice but to go forward because most of what is tile is almost gone. So yeah, I was also removing the skirting because at some point over the years, I had gotten the bright idea to like paint it white because it was initially brown, as you will see. I think I'll try to find some of the older pictures of the place before I painted the first time. And yeah, it was just like, so it was initially brown and I refinished it, wasn't looking good. Then I ended up painting it white when I painted the house. But then also, yeah, it's one of those things. And one of the things that I really tried to do was to preserve as many tiles as possible. But the ones that did break, to fit them in the bag, one of the things that I was doing is I was breaking them into smaller pieces so that they at least fit in one of these bags, because the full tiles, also the bigger the tile, the sharper the edges, and it pierces through the bag. So it's one of those things where you're like, you know what, let me manage it. So the lounge is done. Oh, sort of. The tiles are out, I just need to clean up. Then the lounge will be done in terms of demolition. So clean up here, rest for the day. I haven't eaten, actually. Something, you know. And at this point, I'm experienced. I've done the lounge, I've done the passage. I've seen, okay, these are the challenges, and I'm coming to the kitchen, which is now a bit of a challenge because it does have a little bit of heavy machinery, being the fridge and the washing machine. Yeah, fridge and washing machine. So when doing this, one of the things that I found was that when I removed the baseboards, they actually had not tiled under the kitchen units. You know, most contractor special, where they do the work just where the eyes can see. After that, they deal with you fast and nicely. Also, that kind of worked to my advantage in this case because I didn't have to get the machines inside. But I think when I do tile, I'll try get the tiles as down under as possible without having to remove the whole kitchen unit. At this point, if I'm being completely honest, I'm actually enjoying the cleanup more than the actual demolition, because that's just, you know, a little bit of dancing there, some macarena here, but satisfying nonetheless. And now we get to the big boy stuff where I need to move the washing machine and the fridge. And because I don't necessarily want to be calling Boat John every time. Hey, Boat John, come help a fridge. So I had to find a way, some wheels to sort of move around. So that's another ching ching. Add that to the expenses as well. And after moving the fridge, one of the things that I really wanted to do was make sure that I have better tile coverage than what came in. You could see where the fridge was in the kitchen, areas where I had not painted the skirting. I had not painted the skirting, and with new tiles going on, I wanted all the tiles to be replaced. Nina, I want the correct size of tiles, which means removing it now is fine, but in future when it goes back, so what's going to end up happening is that I'm going to have to end up adjusting the standing leg, because the tiles that I might end up going with would probably be thicker, because these ones were, yeah, no, 19 good tile, eh? Here's my conclusion. You do not really need professionals to help you remove tiles, but you do need you and any other person that's going to help you to be willing to put in the work. It's kind of back-breaking work, but it is quite satisfying at the end when you see your progress, your point of no return to a point of, okay, I'm going somewhere. And I think that's all I have for you today. A bit of the demo. Wasn't a complete demo because I still have, I think, the carpet to remove in the other two rooms. So see you in the next video.